in 2011. And one of her other boyfriends kicked down her door and attacked her, she says, because she wouldn't have sex with him. Andre fears she may become the next Nicole Brown Simpson. Take a look at his point of view.
Valerie's platinum digging ways have created a huge wedge between us because she goes after men that are able to give her a certain lifestyle. Doctors, politicians, football players. Valerie is very aware of her presence. The frustrating thing about Valerie is she gets bored easily. So she'll date these men, but she changes them like she changes shoes. Rich guys do not handle rejection very well. They're not used to it. I'm really terrified for my sister. On maybe a dozen occasions, I've gotten calls saying that she's been stranded. Her tires have been slashed, that she was punched in the stomach so hard by this guy that she could not walk upright for like 2 days. She dated a high-profile person who she broke up with, so he broke down the door, started smashing up furniture. Valerie gets extremely angry with me when I try to lecture her. She says, "You do the same thing that I do." I did, but I don't now. It is my hope that Dr. Phill would let her know that there is legitimate danger in the lifestyle that she's pursuing.
Well, Valerie says her brother should, just mind his own business. She's fine. She knows what she's doing. Just mind your own business. Take a look.
My brother is always in my business, and I need him to stop. My brother calls me a platinum digger, and I'm not. I'm a gold digger, G-O-A-L. To kind of understand the psychology of a gold digger, we're exotic. Sort of like a snake charming you. Are you offering to buy me a drink?
Oh, definitely. We can have drinks.
Real true gold diggers, we don't really care about the trinkets. I don't need a man, but I do need what he has to offer. He invited himself into my life, so I'm going to get what I need from this person. Never for bills, never for the basic needs. I think a woman should be able to do that on her own. I would describe the relationship that I have with the men in my life as one big chess match, and I will always be the one who yells, "Checkmate." I have slept with a total of 8 men in my life. I don't want to go into the double digits, which is why I've been celibate. I've never in my life exchanged sex for anything. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is. And somehow or another, the conversation would gravitate towards sex. I don't meet a lot of men who just kind of come out and I want to sleep with you. I do get that respect. My brother is a very big hypocrite. Everything's a double standard. He approached me as if I was stupid, like I didn't know what I was doing. Like, you're gullible. You will always be prey. Why am I always wrong? If I'm in the hot seat, he needs to be in the electric chair.
Listen, I read everything you guys say. We do pre-interviews and all. And we were asking you what the difference is between a gold digger and a gold digger. In fact, I made a graphic about it. Let me put that up because, I was just using your words. You say a gold digger is someone looking for something and is only thinking about the present, right? You say they'll sleep with a guy to get something.
Right.
Right? And you say a gold digger, G-O-A-L, has a purpose and looks into the future. And it can be from hanging with someone and taking their money or turning money into something else. But I don't know, I'm just a little country boy from Texas. I'm not sure, I'm not getting the point.
Well, let me break this down for you. A gold digger is a person who, she's only thinking about the present. That's it. She's only concerned about getting to know her value. She doesn't know her worth. I'm not sure if she has high self-esteem or low self-esteem, but sometimes I get misconstrued. But a gold digger is a person who's she's sort of out for the fun of it. Maybe she has motives. Maybe she's looking to be kept. Again, trinkets or wonderful things, whatever. But a gold digger is a person who we understand that we could do it by ourselves. We don't need a man. I don't need you. But what you do complements what I do. And then also, too, a gold digger, G-O-A-L, is a person who, if you approach me a certain way, I'm going to react, not respond, but react based on the way that you're treating me and the way that you approached me.
Do you manipulate men?
I probably manipulate situations, but not the man. Because I don't treat every situation. I don't treat every man and situation the same. Because first of all, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm brutally honest. So you will never go into it thinking that she is thinking such and such and she's doing this because.
Then why are you getting the crap beat out of you? Why are you getting people threatening to kill you? Why are you getting people so upset? If you aren't manipulating situations, why is your approach to life so dangerous?
Okay, first of all, let's get this straight. There has never in this history been a man who's ever put his hand on me. My temper's too hot. I told you that to get your attention because you were not listening.
You lied to him?
No. I was trying to see. I was testing him to see if he was listening.
So you lied to him?
That was not a lie. I wanted to. You know how I can sit here and we're talking.
Did you tell him something that wasn't true?
I told him something and he heard something else. I wanted to see if he was listening. He was not listening. I told him. I come to him quite often and I pour myself. I'm just talking about scenarios because it's not. See, the part you're not getting is I'm emotionally void. I don't really care. Because one day I'll find a man that I actually care about, and I will do that because the feeling is mutual. But 9 times out of 10, the men that I run into, they don't have good intentions. So I don't have a problem manipulating this situation. But I'm not going to try and get you to do anything that you don't want to do, because to me, that's like I'm stealing it from you. I want you to be so comfortable with me, you'll go out and sign for that car. You'll go out and get that house because you know that's going to make me a better person. You know that's going to help my situation and what I'm doing. But wait, let me make sure I get this clear. People don't do things for me and I don't do things for them in return. I bust my tail for a relationship. You give me something, I do something back.
Excuse me, who are you talking to?
Well, what do you mean? Who am I talking to?
Yeah, are you running for election or something?
No, I'm just making sure everybody understands.
Well, no, I asked you a question and you're talking to these people. Talk to me.
Okay, Phill, Calvin, McGraw, I get it. Okay, here we are.
Okay, well look at me.
We're here.
Yeah.
But let me explain. What I am 50% of that relationship, and I will give back, and I will support you, and I will be your biggest fan, and I will do for you.
Okay, well, here's what he says has happened in your relationships. I'm talking about the downside of your strategy, as you call it, the gold digging. Let's take a look at what she says has happened in the past in dating rich bad boys. Okay, and there's quite a list here. And you know about all of these, right? Attempted rape, true or false?
That's because he wanted me to have a child.
I didn't ask you why. I just asked you if it did happen.
Okay, yes, it did.
Okay, stalking.
Yes, it did.
Verbal harassment.
Yes.
Theft.
Yes.
Drugs.
Yes.
Bankruptcy.
Yes.
Identity theft.
Yes.
Torture.
Yes. I don't know, loose term. What do you call torture?
Betrayal.
Betrayal,
You
yes.
had your tires slashed.
Yes.
Punched in the stomach.
No.
But you told him it did happen.
That was, again, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm listening to what you're saying.
I threw that in because he wasn't listening to me.
No, but I am listening to you. You said, I told him that to see if he was listening.
Right, exactly, and he was not. Which, when I pour myself out, look, I lost both parents.
Did you hear her say she got punched in the stomach so bad?
I
heard that.
You were going to talk to me.
I did.
Hey, I'm talking to you, Dr. Phill.
Okay.
Talk to me, not him. Who's over there? Nobody.
Did you tell him your door got kicked in?
I didn't have to tell him.
So that did happen?
That did happen.
Okay.
That goes along with the
furniture. Were you thrown around the apartment?
That goes with the furniture, all the stuff, all that.
Okay. So thrown around, furniture destroyed, and a hit was put on your life.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, so these things, except for being punched in the stomach, you say they've all happened?
Yes.
Okay, does that suggest to you that your strategy is not working?
You act like this is different. Things happen to women every day.
Okay, what do you think about all this?
I think that she's misguided.
Misguided? We're the same person, except you're bald.
I've changed.
You have not.
To say that I don't relate to where you are, I can't say that. But I've changed. My biggest concern is that she's going to come into contact with the wrong man and something tragic will happen to her.
Coming up, is Valerie having sex with these men she manipulates? I'm going to ask her when we come back.
No. I like it when a man shops for me. I train him, I teach him. I have over 200 designer bags, a BMW, a condo, get to travel all around the world. I get to treat the world as if it was my playground. This gold digging could be very glamorous and very rewarding, but there is a dark side. You gotta be careful. I had a hit put on my life. I've been stalked a couple times. I had a guy carve my name in his hand. Because I deal with a lot of men who have money, I could become next Nicole Simpson.
Well, Valerie's brother is scared for her gold or gold digging ways, whichever semantic you want to use. He says that it is going to be the death of her. Now, he's written the show several times. In fact, he's written the show 8 times. You've written the show 19 times. In one email, he exclaims, "Your show is my last straw. I hate her. She is officially on my expletive list. I'm tired of her lies and I'm tired of supporting her suicide missions. She has been screwed over by politicians, actors, artists, comedians, and athletes. I pick up the pieces. I clean up her messes. I'm tired." Andre says Valerie lures men with her good looks and her special touch. Take a look.
There is something about people like me that attract people who want to do things for you. I think it's because it's just part of my DNA. I have been blessed with a BMW, rent paid, a condo, travel all around the world, expensive cars, Phantoms, Bentleys. I had a Jaguar. I know that doesn't compare to Bentley, but when I go to a club, I gotta get in the VIP section. I think it's just a sin to party in general population. It just doesn't make sense. I have over 200 designer bags. I like it when a man shops for me, so I train him, I teach him how to buy certain things. A good month is when you get the things that you want and that you need. I'm a very sexual creature. I probably release a lot of pheromones. I flirt a lot. I get to pretty much treat the world as if it was my playground.
Now, according to Andre, this works. She's acquired at least $120,000 in gifts from men that he knows of. They include expensive dinners, over 200 designer bags, a Mercedes, BMW, Phantom and Range Rover rentals, an apartment at $1,150 a month, $5,000 or more in cash, expensive engagement rings, first-class flights, private buses, backstage concert tickets, hotel rooms at places like the Ritz-Carlton Atlantis. And you say that men just give you these things because they want you to be a better person.
See, I don't think it's not about the look, and again, you're painting it's a different picture. There isn't a person or a thing on that list. A person couldn't say, yes, she does X, Y, Z for me, except sex. I don't exchange sex for favors. But I'm sitting telling you that I'm not out here like a predator preying on people, but I do take advantage of situations. And I've grown accustomed to a certain lifestyle because I put myself there. And if you want to be with me, hang out with me, whatever, it doesn't matter what tax bracket you come from, but we're going to have to elevate.
Okay, so if I'm going to date you, I'm going to have to show you the...
You don't have to, but you can't stack. First of all, it's hard for me to look at you and see that. You know what I'm saying? I know you got money, so we're good. But I'm saying, but that stuff I'm reading, I'm sitting here trying to figure out, when you help me clean up my mess? When do you come to the rescue? You're a listening ear. That's all you've been. A listening ear, and you're not very good at it. What about when you got stranded?
Suppose we got stranded.
Stranded where? When you got a car.
No. When they flew you out.
Play in front of these people.
When you got flown overseas and you could not get back, because apparently the dude wanted sex or whatever it is, and you would not have sex with him. Because I agree. I don't believe that she sleeps with these men, Dr. Phill.
Well, no, in fact, you say...
Don't believe.
I don't believe that she does. I don't believe that she does.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe
No,
that
say
you have sex.
I know that say I know.
I know.
Thank you.
Don't
get it twisted.
I strongly.
No, ain't no strongly, dude.
Knowing her like I
I'm
do.
right. If you don't know all my bedroom secrets, who does? See, that's what
Dr.
I'm saying.
Phill, what I'm saying
you
is
know
this.
too much about me, and I know too much about you.
I know.
You're not gonna paint the wrong picture.
I know.
Whoa, he said he doesn't
He's
believe.
not gonna be.
He says I don't believe that she does.
Believe. I can say things that are concrete. He's going to say things that's concrete. He's not going to paint this negative picture. He's going to tell the truth.
Dr.
Because now there will not be a person who's watching your show thinking sort of kind of maybe if. They're going to know. No, she would not. And not to try me that way.
No, you said what was it? Your JJ counter is in single digits? Is that what you said?
Yes, because those are 8 men I chose to sleep with, but those were not sponsors. Trust.
Dr. Phill, I believe that she has not had sex with these men, but I do know.
Well, she says she doesn't even like anybody touching her.
I don't.
She's funny like that.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. I'm passionate.
Why do you hate being black?
If you don't want me to get hurt, you do more things to make sure that I don't. You only do one thing, and that is run your mouth.
He runs his mouth. Why do you hate being black?
Not so much that I hate being black. I hate getting up and having to redefine myself all the time. I hate having to, like you said, you're angry. Why do I have to be angry? Why can't I just be passionate? Why can't I just be honest with you? Because right now I could walk over and give you a hug. I could walk over and give him a hug, but I will not be misunderstood. I hate how majority of the time we can't depend on our own brothers. Women can't, our African American women, we can't depend on them to handle business. We are always end up the matriarch, and that's exhausting. Then also too, black on black, me best friends with a black woman. It happens. I do have quite a few friends, females, and they're African American. But it's just why do we fight against each other? Why do I have to deal with discrimination, colorism, all these different things? Why can't I just get up and just not have to worry about am I black? Is that what they're seeing? Is that why they're treating me? Is this why? It's an exhausting process. I just want to be me. In life, I'm a diva, female hustler. That is
not what a diva is.
We are not talking about. I'll take advantage of situations. I'm not a predator.
I don't want you to get hurt.
It's not me against them. If you don't want me to get hurt,
I'm
do more
you
things to make sure that I don't. You only do one thing, and that is run your mouth. That's it.
I can't control
you don't do nothing else. That's all you do. Act like a brother and stop sitting over here talking to me.
If you stop ignoring me, I'll start writing.
Ignoring you what? Ignoring you what?
He runs his mouth. Okay. Valerie says her brother is a hypocrite. She'll tell us why when we come back. My brother is a serial cheater and a hypocrite. He can't keep his legs or his mouth closed. How dare he judge me?
People call me a gold digger, but I don't care. So what are you doing here?
Just hanging out, watching some football.
I am expecting at least 2 free drinks tonight. So what brings you here? I don't want to pay for a single thing tonight.
I did buy her a drink, yes. She's a very nice girl, and she told me it was her first time in California, and it seemed like the right thing to do.
It was a good night because I met some cool people.
Well, Valerie says she has a natural talent for manipulating the situation. I say manipulating men. She said, no, I just take advantage of the situation. Now, she says she has an alter ego that comes out when she wants to get something from a man. Now, Stefan and Freddie met Valerie the other night.
No.
You're Stefan, right?
Yep.
What was your reaction to her? How'd y'all get on?
Initially, I thought she was nice. I thought she was a sweet person, but seeing her now, I see all the agenda that was behind everything. I didn't know she was trying to manipulate me. I thought she was trying to be cool.
I didn't even ask you for a drink. What do you mean?
I wouldn't have bought you a drink.
Well, I'm just saying, you can clap all you want, but I don't go to bars and pick up men. That's not my thing.
You're Freddie, right? And you met her also?
Yeah, I met her.
What'd you think of her?
I mean, I thought she was a cool person. You know, she came off, you know, just someone looking to get something from something.
Did you like her?
Yeah, genuinely, I liked her because I'm not going to sit here and try to judge who she is. I mean, if she takes advantage of me, I got to look at myself as being taken advantage of.
What's the alter ego?
The alter ego is when they are trying to play me, when they're looking at me like, oh, you know, like I'm flesh. They're not looking at me like I'm a woman. Like I'm trying to, if we're in a situation where I'm trying to do my job and all you want to talk about is sex, or whenever we start talking about work and somehow or another that subject gravitates to, okay, well, you know, wow, that's a nice dress you got on. Or you're looking really hot. Oh, I like that. You know, and or they're trying to talk to you or whatever. Then that's when I'm like, okay, you want to play? Let's play.
There's a certain way that she will project. Like she could sit here for a minute, and if she sees a prey, she'll sit a certain way, she'll do certain things to attract their attention. And to her credit, I will say that everyone can't do it. What Beige is able to do, what Valerie's able to do, every woman cannot do it. So it is a skill set that they have. But she knows when she's on and when she's not, because Valerie knows how to stand, she knows how to be noticed in the room when she wants to. I can't see looking at the pictures or looking at the gentlemen here. If she really wanted to turn it on for these guys, she could have. I know that she didn't because of the way that what they're saying and what she's doing. I know what her power is. It could have been completely different if she would have turned it on.
There's nothing wrong with a woman knowing how to have a presence
Exactly.
and how to be attractive. And
Exactly.
The Beige that we're referring to, Beige has been on the show before. Beige, how are you?
Great.
In fact, Beige has written a book about this, and the title of your book was?
A Gold Digger's Guide, GOAL, How to Get What You Want Without Giving It Up.
Hey, hello.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
And how to get what you want without giving it up.
Yes. And it's for goal-oriented women, and it can be misconstrued, and I think it was, because if you have a lot of hurt, and Valerie, I know you say you don't, but you do, and you have every reason to. You lost a lot of people in your life, and you've been through domestic violence, like a lot of women have, but once you get over that, then you'll be able to see the real message of the book, which is to have your own goals and be financially independent, but at the same time, you still require the men in your life to contribute.
Valerie wrote an email to the show that said, "My brother is a serial cheater and a hypocrite. He can't keep his legs or his mouth closed. How dare he judge me?" So that's what you're talking about when she's saying you're a hypocrite and you shouldn't be talking about her, and
No.
you say, "I've been there, but I'm not there now."
What I would say is this, the same thing with Valerie. We learned from a male's perspective now, the way Dad taught me is most women can get sex from a guy that they want. That's very easy. It's the sex that they want that they can't get that they're willing to pay for. Now, that doesn't have to be all the time with money. It could be with time. It could be with different things, but they're willing to pay to get attention. So basically, like Valerie, 98% of the women that I dealt with, and they have been Hollywood actresses and stuff, 98% of it did not involve sex. It involved companionship, just talking, giving them what they wanted at that time. So I know where you are. What I'm saying is that there came a time when I drew a line in the sand and I wanted something different because it felt empty. I wanted to be married. I wanted love, and I had to give love a chance. So I had to turn my back on that stuff that Dad taught me that I used to do. So it's true when she accuses me of that.
Lies you tell.
It's true that she accuses me of that for the most part.
Really?
But it's not like you cannot say that I was a serial hoe, as you said, keeping my legs closed. My thing was keeping the women that I was dealing with legs closed so that I can continue to be in their company, because whoever surrenders sex loses power.
All right, coming up, we got to take a break. Valerie says she doesn't think love is in her destiny. I want to know why. We'll be right back.
I'm unlucky in love because I attract polar opposites. My strengths intimidate men. Maybe there's a possibility that I'll never be in a healthy relationship. I don't know what that feels like. I hope that that wasn't something I inherited from my father. I lost 9 family members and my best friend in 5 years. There was nobody there who understood my pain. I'd be in a room full of people and just felt so alone. My only release is anger, or I run away. My brother, I was so mad at him I wanted to fight because I don't feel like he could understand my pain.
Well, Valerie says that she's been celibate for almost 4 years because she's afraid to sleep with Mr. Wrong. She says she's never been in love and wonders if there's something wrong with her, that this just isn't in her future. What is your goal? What's your end game? What do you hope to get in terms of a life situation? Are you there? Do you want something different?
I will always be fine because Valerie works for a living, because I love for a living, because I know how to pour in to a person's life, and I have a messiah complex. I have a lot of success stories out there, and I'm very proud of that. I don't need a person who can tell me how to be a gigolo. I don't need a person who can tell me about my powers. I need a brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know what a brother does? A brother gives you a hug. A brother doesn't take advantage of situations. The brother loves. The brother makes sure that you're okay.
I can't hug you if you shut me out. I can't hug if you won't let me in.
Well, I have a couple questions for you. Well, I have a couple questions for you. Tell me about the loneliness in your life.
I feel alone because I didn't have my support team died. I feel like everybody that I loved is dead.
I know, whether you know it or not, that you are very lonely. And I know, whether you know it or not, that like all of us, you need a soft place to fall. But I think you're really afraid of intimacy. I think you're really afraid that if you ever just put yourself out there and don't work it, don't manipulate it, don't control it, that you won't get what you want, you won't be allowed to stay, you won't get the acceptance that you so desperately want and need. And I think that's really tragic because you're selling yourself way, way short. I think you spend a lot of time telling all of us how smart and educated and hardworking and capable you are, but you don't tell yourself that in a way that you really believe it. You've lost so many people that love you, so many people that care about you in your life, and you're still here. You survived it. You're tough. You're tougher than you give yourself credit for. And the thing that I worry about, that your brother's concerned about, you can call it what you want, but you're playing a game of bait and switch. You're suggesting one thing to guys and giving them another. I don't think you're promiscuous. I just think you're a tease. And you're going to run into the old boy that decides that's not okay, and you're going to get hurt. And I don't want that to happen to you.
You guys have taken like a whole, all these different scenarios, and then, you get a piece from here and a piece there. And that's not who I am.
All right, we're totally out of time, and I'm sure I'm way off the mark here, and she's completely well-adjusted, and everything's going to work fine in her life. And
I love you, Dr.
And I'm going to cheer when it does.
Can I have a hug,
you certainly can. Coming up, a woman who admits despite the hundreds of sticky notes all over the house, she still manages to forget the simplest of things. We'll talk to her next. We've all misplaced our car keys at one point or forgotten to pick up the milk on the way home. But my next guest, Amanda, says she takes the term brain freeze to a whole new level. Take a look.
I'm so forgetful that if my head wasn't screwed on, I'd forget where it was. I call the kids different names, even the dogs. Leaving the laundry in the wash machine and forgetting to put it in the dryer, and then I have to rewash it. I even forget to eat during the day. How could you forget to eat? My forgetfulness is always causing me problems. One time I left the sink running and flooded the kitchen. I forgot the car was a drive and I hit another car. Another time I left the frying pan on the stove and almost burnt down their house. Post-its and Sharpies are my best friends. Without them, I wouldn't remember anything. They're all over my dashboard. Even with the Post-its, my husband still has to remind me of things.
Don't forget, we gotta go here tomorrow.
I feel like I'm losing my memory and I'm only 35. I really hope Dr. Phill can help me fix this problem.
All right, Amanda is here along with Roger Barnett, Chairman and CEO of Shackley. So welcome to both of you guys. And all right, now, first, before we even start, I want you to take a look at this picture. All right? You can study it for a minute. It'll mean something to you in a bit. All right, got it? Okay.
We'll see.
All right. Yeah, we'll see. Now, you're like really forgetful, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're forgetting the questions our field producers are asking you while they're interviewing.
Yes.
What's up? Why do you think that's true?
I don't know. I think too far ahead, or I have no idea. That's why I'm here.
Well, I was hoping you were going to tell me because my memory has just gone to hell. I can't. It's terrible. I can't. What's your name?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's why they have my name written all over the place so I can remember who I am. So, Roger, you guys at Shackley are pretty invested in helping further cognitive research, right? This is a big deal to Shackley.
Yes, it is. Shackley is a leading health and wellness company, and over the last 60 years, we've pioneered many advances in nutritional science. Our products have powered over 120 gold, silver, and bronze medals, and even the NASA program uses Shackley products to fuel astronauts into space. But lately we've been focusing on brain health, and we have an MIT-trained neuroscientist over the last several years who's been researching whether natural products can help so that we can bring that research to consumers.
Okay, as we all know, the brain is the body's control center, and it controls your ability to think, talk, feel, see, hear, remember, and much more. And Amanda, have you tried anything to help improve your memory? Have you done anything to try and help?
Sticky notes. That's my...
You put prompts.
Yes.
Everywhere.
And we have a huge calendar, huge calendar.
Yeah. Does that help?
Sometimes I forget to look at it, and then I forget that I wrote it on there.
Look, the brain is an organ, and it generates muscle activity, and it needs to be used to stay efficient, like use it or lose it, as we always say. While we can't promise you'll stop losing your keys or improve your memory, we do have a few tips that help in supporting overall brain health. And one big thing is to stop multitasking. You guys multitask? We all do that, right? And it can be hard to do, but studies show that it can take a full 8 seconds to actually get anything encoded into your memory. And if you're multitasking, you hit this for 2 seconds, and you're over here and you're here. So that never really gets encoded.
So that's what I'm doing.
You're flitting around.
Yes.
So you have to concentrate while you're doing a specific task. That's a big thing. You can even speak your actions out loud. That's called putting it into production mode, where you say, all right, I'm starting the laundry now. The fact that you go into production mode, you produce it, that puts it into another channel, and that can really help. And help you really focus on the task at hand. So that's big. What else would you say?
Well, there's a growing body of research that says that sleep, exercise, and nutrition are really important for a healthy brain. And so our scientists spent years screening hundreds of different natural compounds to see which would help promote healthy brain function. But this is all evolving science, and the clinical research stage is really at its early stages about focusing on brain health.
Right. And so it's because it's in the early stage. There's going to need to be additional trials to fully understand its benefits, of course, right?
Shaklee is really committed to trying to help advance the state of nutritional science, so we accepted a challenge to donate a portion of the proceeds of our sales to help fund research around the brain for the future, to help us all live healthier and better lives.
One last tip. You remember the picture you saw, right?
Well, I don't know.
Well, maybe there's something to be said about simple brain games to keep your mind sharp. Now, we put the picture, we put it up so you could put it into your memory, right? So come over here with me.
I should have Post-it notes.
No, you don't get any Post-it notes. So, all right. Now, you see, these are the things that were in there. Okay? Yes. And what I want you to do is put them where you think they go. Okay?
I think that one went there.
Okay.
I don't have to go in order.
No, you can do it any order you want. You just have to do it quick, because this is only an hour show. This is not Price is Right, but if you want to yell at her, you can. It's okay.
Okay.
TikTok, you got 10 seconds. Go.
Thinking goes there.
See,
I don't even remember.
So they don't know. They're just yelling. They don't know. I guarantee you, I can get one of them out of the audience. They wouldn't do any better than
This
you.
is what I think went here. Cards. I don't know. Okay. I know the first one's right for sure.
Okay, you know the first one's right?
And the corner one, the hammer.
Okay. So let's grade your paper here. You missed this one, and 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 you missed this one. So you got the cat, the hammer, and the heart right.
25% is good.
All right. So are you surprised? Did you think you would do that well, or better or worse?
I thought maybe half.
You thought maybe half?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think you did all that bad. Doing simple brain exercises like these may help improve your memory as well. Like I said, use it or lose it. I hope so. Today is a changing day in your life, because all that's going to stop right here, right now. Today, we have filled our audience in the studio with people just like you at home. All combined, everybody here in the audience has tried and failed a staggering 2,000 diets. And my first guests are no different. Teachers Candy and Lindsay say their friendship began when they met at their school's Friday treat day. And they've been packing on the pounds ever since.
I can explain my weight problem in 3 words. I am fat.
How many calories do you think this is?
It is good. It is fattening.
I met Lindsay 3 years ago at the school we teach at.
We have a Friday tradition at school. People sign up to bring treats for everyone to share. We always joke around at school, you know, we don't need to take sick days, we need to take fat days. Sorry, can't come to school today.
As my pants
will not button.
When we go out to a restaurant, magically the glass of wine sometimes turns into
a very sugary margarita.
Oh, yum! Yay! Ooh. I could bathe in that. And I am a champ at losing weight, but I am a world-class record-holding champ at gaining it all back.
I could just take the bread and go ahead and put it directly on my ass.
We're not friends that go running together unless it's a beer run. And then I'm your girl.
We're going to have the appetizer combo with the zucchini and the mozzarella and the calamari.
I'll bring you a side of our homemade ranch as well.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
We never turn down ranch.
Our friendship isn't based on food. It's just something we share, and the weight loss struggle is something we both share too.
It's not the food that we share, because I don't share. Hashtag
big girl problems.
Let me get this right. Did you two miss your connecting flight to the show because you were drinking beer and eating at Panda Express at the airport?
ball dropped. We saw a Spanx store. We had to go in there. We saw Panda Express, and we saw a bar, and that's like the big girl trifecta. Hashtag big girl problems.
Oh my God!
There's all of them right there.
Have I got an uphill battle here?
Yeah.
Okay, so what the hell is Fat Girl Day?
When you have to call into work and call a we're both teachers, so we have to call a substitute because we can't get our pants to button.
We're kidding. We don't want a button to fly off and give a kindergartner a concussion or anything.
What is Treat Friday? You go to school
The
and...
devil is what Treat Friday is.
Yeah. We're in the South, so everybody will bring casseroles and
they try to outcook each other.
They try to outcook each other.
It's a big deal.
That delicious sourdough bread that Jean makes.
And the ginger snap cookies that Sissy makes. Oh my God.
We love them too much. You can see them here, here, and here.
I was listening to your logic. You say every Monday, one of you stops and picks up a sugary Starbucks type drink or breakfast at Chick-fil-A for yourself and the other person. So what do you mean you restart every Friday? On Monday, one of you picks up this stuff before you even get there.
We do well till 7:30 a.m.
That whole hour from 6:30 to 7:30 really goes great.
It does.
And
we are, pumped during that 1 hour.
Do you work out?
Not regularly.
Not regularly.
Which one of you sent us a picture of your gym?
That was me.
Now, tell me the truth. How did that towel get there?
My husband put it there so I would look like I actually used it. He loves me so much. He probably did.
Oh, my God. Do you work out?
Not there, no.
Do you work out anywhere? Do you work out?
Sporadically. The answer is no. We did run in the airport, though.
How many gates can we run before we throw up?
Guys, we can run 4 gates.
What's the longest period of time you have ever had any discipline with regard to weight control?
2 weeks.
I lost 40 pounds last year, so I had discipline with what I was eating, but not with working out. Or, I'll work out like a maniac and eat like a pig. I never do the both at the same time.
Me too.
Which would probably be a really good idea from that look on your face.
Which is the key.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and guess that's what you want me to do.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You two didn't come all the way from South Carolina to tell me you were overweight. Both of you are eyes wide open about how this happened, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The good news is I do have exactly what you're looking for. But you need to understand there's something different. You get involved with me, I will haunt you till the end of the earth.
We've heard.
Sphincter clenched.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you've heard the old saying, hindsight is 20/20, right? Well, Lindsay and Candy have perfectly clear vision on how they got where they are today. But I want them, you in the audience and you sitting at home, to turn that 20/20 hindsight forward to see with perfect clarity where you want to go when it comes to your weight. And I've spent a decade doing research, and for the first time in 10 years, I've written a book about weight loss. Now, why did it take me so long to write my second weight loss book? Because I finally have something new to say, and it's called the 20/20 diet. All right? What's that mean, and how is it going to change your life? Well, I'm going to tell you after the break.
In my 20s, I actually was so obsessed with weight that I developed an eating disorder that really warped my relationship with food.
My weight issues didn't start until college. Some of my sorority sisters would talk about my weight. The girls actually had a Facebook group where they would post negative things about my body that was really hurtful to me.
And my weight, 204. I about peed my pants when I saw that on the scale.
I weigh, drumroll please, 242 pounds. So got your feet there, sister.
I am my own worst critic. I'll say, oh my gosh, your boobs are like basketballs, or your ass is the size of Montana. This is the one thing that I have not conquered, and I'm ready to do it with Dr. Phil's help.
Now, when I did this book, The 2020 Diet, we conducted a national survey as part of the book. We did it on our own and discovered that nearly half of those people that lose weight gain 100% of the weight right back. That needs to stop today. Now, before the break, I told you I've written a book called The 2020 Diet. Turn your weight loss vision into a reality. 20 key foods to help you succeed where other diets fail. I wanted to give a clear vision and a doable plan on how to get you what you want. It's full of emerging research and theories designed to get you where you really need to go. Here's what the 2020 diet is going to do. I want to give you 20 foods for 20 days that are going to do something that's going to increase your body's thermogenesis. There's really emerging research that says you can eat these foods that increase your burn rate, that can help you feel fuller when you eat, and that have a time release effect. I looked at your excuses. We found that nearly 40% of the people said that lack of willpower is the top reason they fail. You say ice cream is calling your name from the freezer. You can hear it. You can hear it calling your name, right? So that means if I'm going to do something that works, I've got to figure a way to deal with the cravings. You also said you hate dieting because you get bored.
Yeah.
Okay? So when I look at the rebellion triggers, why people rebel against diet, boredom is a huge one. Temptations, a huge one. And you do that. You know, we've had fun here, but the truth is both of you know you hide behind humor, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, these friends not only share a love of Chick-fil-A and strong margaritas, they also share a much deeper connection. And it's the reason behind all the humor and laughter.
I experienced my first diet when I was 10 years old. I can just remember my mom always saying, you know, you're such a pretty girl, but if you would just lose 5 pounds, you would be beautiful. In my 20s, I actually was so obsessed with weight that I developed an eating disorder that really warped my relationship with food. I'm tired of weight and body image even being an issue. I do use humor to cover things up and to make myself feel better and make it seem like it's not that big of a deal.
My weight issues didn't start until college. Instead of packing on the freshman 15, it was like the freshman 50. Some of my sorority sisters would talk about my weight. The girls actually had a Facebook group about me where they would post negative things about my body. I would see a sketch of me with a arrow pointing to my spare tire that was really hurtful to me. After college, I gained 70 pounds, and now I'm up 90. It feels like I'm in a body that's not mine. If you had told me you're going to be on Dr. Phill talking about how much weight you need to lose, I would say, you're crazy, I'm hot. And now I'm saying, Dr. Phill, help, I'm not.
People have said things in both of y'all's past that hurt you, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I make cards, just kind of summary cards to be sure there's things I don't forget. They're called my blue cards. And they're cleverly called that because they're blue. And this is yours. And I wrote down Facebook group dedicated to making fun of me. Mm-hmm. And what did I write down next to it?
Bitches.
Bitches. But you know what you did? You took over for them. You started repeating it in your mind. They were making fun of you, and you started making fun of you. And you never quit. And you started making fun of you. And you never quit. And you laugh. So much comedy comes from pain.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Mm-hmm.
And there's power in language. And the things you guys say to yourselves is important because there is such a connection between self-image and body image. And when your body image goes down, it pulls your self-image with it. It shouldn't be that way. You're not a worse person because your body image is not exactly like you want it to be. It shouldn't go together, but it does. And then you cheat everybody in your life.
We were talking about
And you both know you have a bad internal dialogue. Well, I want you to both listen to what my next guest says about herself. She refuses to have the wedding of her dreams. She refuses to walk down the aisle with the man of her dreams because she says she doesn't deserve it. And that's why I am so motivated to write this book and to change your life and every one of you. I want to give you the power to change all of this. We're going to meet her after the break, and you guys are going to listen with both ears.
A friend and I went into a bridal store, and I was told that they don't carry anything as big as I am, and it just crushed all of my hopes in that moment. I don't feel worthy of Patrick's love.
Well, the holiday season is here, and all of you know what that means. Delicious food and weight gain. You know, you gain like 50, 60% of your weight you gain the entire year in the next few weeks. It also means that when this season ends, diet season begins. Well, my next guest, Kate, is no stranger to looking for a quick fix. But Kate is on a mission because she says she refuses, and in fact, she says she doesn't deserve to have a wedding ceremony to make her marriage official until she loses a few pounds. Take a look.
I refuse to have a wedding ceremony until I'm comfortable with my weight. I don't feel like I deserve the wedding of my dreams. A friend and I went into a bridal store, and I was told that they don't carry anything as big as I am, and it just crushed all of my hopes in that moment. And I broke down and cried. When I look in the mirror, it's hard to see any good in me. My face is too fat, my cheeks are too thick, my hips are too thick, my legs are too thick, my jeans don't fit. The heavier I am, tying your shoes gets harder. Going up and down the stairs is a struggle. I really feel my weight when I go to drive. The steering wheel comes down and it touches your thighs. I don't feel worthy of Patrick's love.
I love her very much. I see her for what's on the inside. She's perfect.
I feel consistently judged to the point that I don't go to family events. I don't want my husband getting any comments at work. He has a picture of me when we had first started dating, and his friend was like, "Oh, you mean Kate was actually hot at some point?"
We started planning her wedding, and she actually told me that she doesn't want to have a wedding if she doesn't lose the weight. I honestly cried that she wanted to cancel the wedding because she won't feel beautiful.
I'm desperate for Dr. Phill's help. I want to be everything that I always dreamed of. I'm not living up to what he deserves as the mother of his children. I want to feel like the mom that my kids deserve. They deserve a mom who can go out and play with them. I can't do that.
Okay, Kate, how'd you get this way?
Oh, goodness. Thank you. I had 2 really horrific pregnancies. We ate out a lot. I ended up on bed rest twice, and I gained 100 pounds on my first pregnancy and about 50 with my second.
Okay. Now, at this point, and you're okay if I say your height and weight, right? You're 5'7" and 304 pounds.
Yep.
And you have a body mass index of 47.6, and obesity is 30 or greater. So you're morbidly obese. And Tess, you don't like what it's doing to her self-image because you love this girl, right?
Oh, yeah. She avoids going to places.
Doing anything, really.
And you say you can't stop eating.
If I feel sad, I eat. If I feel happy, I eat. If I feel nervous, I eat. And it's just very emotional issue.
So we ask you about your excuses for not having a ceremony, and I made a list of those too. I got blue cards like I do for them. So you don't deserve the ceremony. Your husband deserves better. You're not worthy of his love. Why did you say, I don't deserve the happiness that comes with being healthy?
Because I feel like, I don't know, I guess other people deserve more than I do.
If you're right, then what? You don't deserve a husband. You don't deserve happiness. You don't deserve... Then what do we do?
I really don't. I struggle with that a lot. And it puts me in a really, really hard place, especially with my kids and my husband.
If you have this negative internal dialogue, you generate the results you believe you deserve. And you know that to be true, right?
Yeah. Thankfully, I have an incredible husband who tries very, very hard to push through that with me, but it's a really bad struggle.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with emotional and stress eaters. Emotional and stress eaters are 13 times more likely to be overweight or obese. And 80% of people list emotion or escape from emotion as their number one trigger to eat.
That's me.
So that's kind of a vicious circle, right? How many people here eat emotionally? Raise your hand. See, you're not alone. See, it all comes together. I said this is the second book I've written about weight management, and the other one was The Ultimate Weight Solution that I wrote like 10 years ago. And in it, I talk about the 7 keys to weight loss freedom. Look at number 1 and 2, right thinking and healing feelings. There's a simple thing here. People are not overweight because of eating. They're overweight because they abuse food. You just have to understand that there are different kinds of hunger, okay? There's physical hunger, mind hunger, and habit hunger. Physical hunger is when your body's saying, hey, come on, my stomach's barbecuing my ribs here. We need food. Blood sugar's going down. I need food. I need nourishment. We need energy. Mind hunger is when your head is saying, you know what, I'm upset. I need ice cream. It never rejects me. And habit hunger is when you eat situationally. It's like 5 o'clock, I get home from work. I always eat when I get home from work. If you did nothing but separate those 3 things out, you would be halfway home. I'm going to give you 20 foods for 20 days that are going to change the way you deal with food. But you've also got to get your thinking right. You got to get your mind right. We got to heal your feelings. Okay, we're going to talk about that. And in the meantime, be thinking about where and when you have heard somebody say something to you or about you that stuck with you. Plus, they each say they've dropped their pounds and their excuses using a 20/20 diet. Can they inspire Kate to do the same? All of that and more when we come back.
When I was in elementary school, I was bullied a lot for my weight. Oh yeah, she's a fat cheerleader. When she steps on her box, it sinks into the ground. It made me feel like less of a person.
I feel great losing weight on the 20/20 diet. The biggest thing I've learned is portions and mixing certain foods so that you are actually letting your body fuel yourself.
Prior to this diet, I was a big stress eater. I was a chocoholic and loved sugar. Now I'm eating a lot healthier and cleaner, and I love it.
The plan garnered immediate results. I approach eating certainly in a more conscious manner now and actually enjoy my food more.
What was unique about this diet is I really never felt like I was starving because I could eat all of the foods. You just had to eat them in smaller amounts, but I never felt like I was really deprived or starving.
20/20 diet has changed my life.
I have much more energy. My confidence and self-esteem have boosted.
It's really given me the tools to make a lifestyle change that's healthy and beneficial for my whole family and myself.
I am proud of those results, and although all the pounds dropped and inches lost are great, it's the return to health for the 2020 diet test group that has me most excited. And we're going to talk to a couple of those success stories in just a bit. But first, in order to get where you're going, it's critical to drop the negative baggage from where you've been. Now, no one needs to do that more than Kate. Take a look.
When I was in elementary school, I really kind of started to chunk up. I was bullied a lot for my weight, being told I was fat when I was ugly. Oh yeah, she's a fat cheerleader. When she steps on her box, it sinks into the ground. It made me feel like less of a person. I lost friends because I didn't fit the mold of what everybody in the group looked like. I was too overweight to be friends with people. I think I use my weight as a shield to protect myself from getting hurt. It's a lot of years of emotional buildup.
Okay, here's the thing. It's astounding how people can say things that stick with you and have such a lasting effect on how you feel about yourself. And we have what are called automatic thoughts in our mind. You know what I mean by automatic thoughts? What?
They're the ones that just come out of nowhere, the ones that have stuck with you, that give you how you sort of feel about yourself. They just come up.
Yeah, but what you don't know is how often they can come. Like you might hear a bully say something to you one time, and you might actually repeat that to yourself neurologically 10,000 times a day for your entire life, like a tape playing in your head over and over and over until it just indoctrinates you. And you've got to turn your ear inward and hear those things. And you think, why are you talking about this with a diet book? Because I don't want you to lose weight. I want you to lose weight and keep it off. I want you to lose weight and gain confidence. I want you to lose weight and gain wisdom. I want you to do this the right way one time so you get it off and keep it off. So you've got to do that. And so I've got to change your thinking. Do you think you can change this? Do you believe you can change this? With some help, do you think you can change this?
I think I can, yes.
Because you can. Earlier, you heard from the participants of the test group that followed every page of the 2020 diet. And I asked two of them to come here because I wanted you to meet some people that can do this. Cindy is here. Cindy lost 38 pounds and 27 inches. Where Cindy, stand up. This is Cindy. Now, and congratulations, by the way. Good job on doing that. And Jesse, stand up. Jesse here lost 46 pounds and 25 and a half total inches. Cindy, what was the trigger for you?
I mean, work stress. And, how do you keep yourself from not being bored and just going eating more chocolate or those things?
All right, and this is a 3-phase program, by the way. Like there's phase 1, which is a 5-day phase, and there's 5 foods for 5 days. And then you go into phase 2, and you love phase 2. You said, I want to live in phase 2. Why do you like phase 2 so well?
I think those were all the foods I naturally tend to eat or I liked, and knowing how to put certain foods together so that it lasted longer and, the right portions were all important tools I didn't have before.
Did you ever feel hungry?
No.
What surprised you the most about this? Because you made amazing change.
You got me all emotional. I guess it was just getting used to eating at roughly 4-hour intervals. And then also for me, it was a lot of judging, like sitting and thinking, am I hungry or am I bored?
Did you use the hunger fullness scale?
Yeah.
Did you actually do that? Because
I did. In the beginning,
I think that is really important. There's a hunger fullness scale. It starts at 1, where you're weak and unable to concentrate with a hunger headache, extremely hungry, stomach growling nonstop, all the way down to 10, so full, you're sick, nauseated, and miserable. And you've all been there. You've just eaten yourself sick. And the ideal range is to stay in here. You don't ever get in the extremes. And that's so important. And I love what you said about combinations, and I love what you said about flavors, because there are combinations so the foods stay with you and you do get the flavors that you want.
Well, but yeah, especially in phase one, the portions were a lot smaller than I was accustomed to, but it forced me to actually chew the food and taste it and, taste the flavors and that sort of thing, and it helped me a lot.
And isn't it nice to feel a sense of mastery? Where you feel in control. I mean, you know that, you control the food instead of the food controlling you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much your heart works every day?
No, tell me.
How many miles of vessels does your heart have to pump your blood every day? You're a school teacher. This is a test.
3.
Pardon me?
3.
3 miles a day?
I teach kindergarten. Give me a break. I teach 2 plus 2.
Yeah. Hey, what would you guess?
I don't know, 8? I don't know.
8?
Good one.
The average person's heart pumps your blood through 60,000 miles of vessels a day. If you are significantly overweight, add an extra 18,000 miles a day of vessels. It means your heart's working 30% harder if you are significantly overweight. Pumps wear out, girls. I'm just saying. Next, in just 2 years, she went from competing in fitness competitions to running from being fit. We're going to meet her after the break and add her to this conversation. We'll be right back.
I feel like people look at me and think, what happened to that girl who used to be so fit and beautiful? I can't really look at the competition photos anymore. I have gained 60 pounds since the competition.
Our next guest, Nicole, says she's gone from one extreme to another when it comes to her struggles with weight. It was just a little over 2 years ago that she took extreme measures to get a body that her mother says left her unrecognizable.
When I got to college, I decided to sign up for a bodybuilding competition. I went from 140 pounds to 118 pounds and from 29% body fat to 9% body fat in 4 months. I worked out for 3 hours a day. My diet consisted of 900 calories, no sugar, no sodium, no fat, and no carbs. The last 3 days before the competition, I couldn't drink any water at all. My brain was shutting down without any liquids. When I got on stage, I had to put Vaseline on my teeth because my body was so depleted of water that I couldn't even smile. I placed 13th out of 65 girls. With the transformation that my body went through, I felt more confident because I finally had the body that I'd always wanted. My body's never been the same since I got off stage 2 years ago.
But now Nicole says that fit body is long gone, and sadly she can't bear to look at photos of her former self.
I have gained 60 pounds since the competition. I can't really look at the competition photos anymore. I hate the person that I see in those photos.
My daughter Nicole right now is the heaviest that she's ever been.
I recently went to go see a plastic surgeon for a liposuction consultation. The plastic surgeon turned me away. I was extremely heartbroken. I hate showering because I'm reminded of all the fat that I have. I hate my thighs, hips, love handles, and stomach. It's all way too big. I feel like when I wear rings, my hands even look fat. I don't like putting on lotion either because that reminds me of all the fat that I have. Well, I'm 22 years old and I'd love to be able to wear a size 4 again. I would love to be able to wear shorts again and feel confident in a dress. When I'm on campus, I just see all these really, really skinny, fit girls and I just feel so like a misfit.
You're so beautiful. You have so much going for you. It breaks my heart as a mom to see her so hard on herself because she has so much to offer.
I feel like people look at me and think, what happened to that girl who used to be so fit and beautiful?
What do you say to yourself now in the condition you're in now?
Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, like, still fat, still obese, I'm still gross.
You say you think when people see you, all they see is a fat girl.
Yeah, I feel extremely judged by a lot of people, particularly people that I became friends with after the show.
So what do you want?
I would just love to be lean and muscular again.
Because one of the things that I talk about in the 2020 diet, our bodies have what I call a set point.
Okay.
There's a point that you're supposed to go to that is your natural set point for your body in terms of what you will weigh in a normal, natural sort of way.
Yeah.
And if you get into that range, because let me tell you, all of you girls out there that say, I want to get back to what I weighed in high school, okay, we're talking amputation here. You have to be realistic in choosing what is your ideal body weight, what is right for you.
Yeah.
And then go to that place, be healthy in that place, accept yourself in that place, and live with it. Doesn't mean you can't look fabulous, doesn't mean that it can't, but you've got to be realistic about that. For you, I think you're flirting with what is called body dysmorphia. At your age and with your constitution, your ability to have a return to health and to get into a really good body mass index that would be a good set point for you and a healthy point for you is so attainable. You're within weeks of being where you would be really, really happy and comfortable when, you know, someone like Kate looks at you and just wants to slap you.
Love it.
Don't you want to just slap her?
Love it.
I did ask a good friend of mine, a good friend of the show, to come here because there's something that I would like to offer you to do. And this is Miles Adcock right here. And Miles is the CEO of the Onsite program. And Onsite is on a beautiful ranch outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And I want to do some things with you to help you get your body under control. But at some point, I would like to offer you to take a couple of weeks and really go involve yourself in one of the workshops that Miles and his therapeutic team put together to really help you hit the reset button on all of this so you don't stay obsessed with this, you don't get into body dysmorphia, and you don't lapse into some type of eating disorder, because I think that would be really great. And Miles, you guys could really help her with this, could you not?
100%. And where we come in is drilling down on the first two of those 7 as part of the 2020 curriculum, the mind and the feelings. And we want to help you get a jump start on that.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I think it would be great. Listen, 2020 Diet is not a crash program. It's 20 foods for 20 days. And it's 3 phases. And, you know, that's what these guys were talking about. While you're doing it, you're working through the book on the things of healing the feelings, the right thinking, cleaning up your environment. And these things, little things, it seems, like the 7 keys, I brought everything over from the book I did 10 years ago, like impulse eating. You got to clean up your environment, but there's got to be good things there to eat. People that get hungry eat. So you have to have something there to eat. You need to eat. Yeah. It's not good to be starving. Don't starve yourselves. It doesn't work. You'll rebel. We did a national survey as part of this to figure out why diets fail. And I addressed every single point in this book, why diets fail, and came up with a strategy to attack that. And it's all right there for you. And so I want you to do that, then I want you to do this. Fair enough? Definitely. All right, next. Getting started on a weight loss journey can be tough, so I got some words of encouragement and a few surprises up my sleeve. We'll be right back. I believe we can create moments in time in which all things wrong can be made right. All of my guests today are starting on my 2020 diet today, and we're going to be checking in with them periodically to see their progress. And believe you me, you are going to see progress. You are going to see progress. Progress, 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 progress. You are going to see progress. because a lot of the 2020 foods can be made into smoothies. I want you guys that are going to start on this to have a Nutri Ninja and Ninja Blender. The Ninja Blender Duo has tons of power and can crush through ice and whole foods in no time and maintains all the nutrition. Okay? The Auto IQ T technology remembers how you like your shake, so with the push of the button, it'll blend it the way you like it every time. And so you can keep track of your fitness. I want all of you to have a Polar Loop activity tracker, which is worn on your wrist, and it tracks your activity 24/7 from sleeping to running. It knows what you're doing, and so will I. And it provides guidance and motivation to reach your activity goals. The 2020 diet is not about the numbers, but so you can keep track of your progress. I want everyone to have a Taylor Smart Scale. It not only measures your weight, but also estimates body fat, water percentages, and muscle mass. I'm going to give that to you four and everybody in the audience. Okay? All right, now let's talk about this book. It is the 2020 Diet, and this is